dead. This is an instructional video intended to help you set up your Buzzsaw animatronic from Spirit Halloween. Begin by taking all of your parts out of the box. Your parts should include 2 leg poles labeled B, the Buzzsaw with a wire attached, the shoulder frame, 2 plastic shoes, the head, the center frame with control box and mechanism, 2 hip loops, a larger one and a smaller one, 2 foam shaping pieces, the base, the 2 arm poles with foam pre-attached, the adapter, the clothing piece, and the hammer. Begin by placing the base on a flat surface in the position you see here, and then go ahead and attach on each of your metal leg poles to the corresponding locking pins on the base. You can now take each of your shoes, and using the openings on the bottom of each one, you can slide those over the metal poles. There is no left or right shoe, so don't worry about that. Now you can take your foam shaping pieces and slide those on top of the poles as well. Now you want to go ahead and grab your clothing piece and slide each of the pant legs over top of the leg poles. You're going to want to make sure during this step that the Velcro side is facing the back and that the side with the overall straps is facing the front. Then you can push that clothing piece down to expose the top of the leg poles and attach on top of those the center frame with the control box. Locate the hip loop with the D label and slide that over top of your center frame until you reach the very bottom of it, and you can slide in the hooks into the corresponding housings. Now grab the other hip loop and slide that over top of the center frame before using the fork in the center of it to connect it about midway down the center frame. And then you'll want to go ahead and slide on top the shoulder frame using those corresponding housings. Go ahead and lift up the clothing and let it rest on top of the shoulder frame. Locate the arm pole labeled J and attach that into Buzzsaw's right arm. You're going to want to do this by sliding it up to the sleeve before taking the fork at the top and connecting it into the corresponding housings at the shoulder joint of Buzzsaw. You're going to want to do this with the other arm on the left side the very same way. Grab the big old Buzzsaw and using the fork connection at its base, attach it into his right arm, once again the arm that's labeled J, and you're going to want to grab the blue wire coming from it and slide it up through the sleeve before you actually take that sleeve and wrap it around the bottom of the Buzzsaw joint. It's now time to grab your hammer and attach that into his left arm, once again using the fork connection and the housings before taking the sleeve with the elastic band and tightening that around it. Now you can go ahead and grab Buzzsaw's head and using the fork connection underneath of his neck, attach it into the corresponding housings at the center of his neck area, and you'll want to attach 3 different wires in the back now. There is going to be a red and black wire coming from the head and the control box that you'll want to connect, and lastly, there will be that blue wire coming from the control box and then coming from the Buzzsaw. You'll want to make sure all of these corresponding wires are connected to the correct colors. Now you can go ahead and take your IR sensor coming from the control box and Velcro it into the front of the shirt, making sure that its wire is also attached. Now you can go ahead and plug the adapter into the control box. Buzzsaw's control box comes with a volume control knob that can go up or down. It also comes with an external speaker jack, as well as a jack to plug in all of the compatible trimies and foot pads. The switch on this guy can be in the off position, which is where you'll want him if you're using the foot pads or you don't want him to go at all. It can be in the sensor position where it will go based on the IR sensor, or it can be in the on position where he will run through the phrases continuously. Now you can go ahead and Velcro up the back of Buzzsaw's clothing. Plug your adapter into an outlet and your setup of Buzzsaw is complete.
Don't forget to duck, or you'll be a dead duck.